Ready? Go. Introduce yourself, introduce them. So I'm sorry, I know nothing like the amount
Good afternoon, guys.
the guy next to me does.
Yeah, good afternoon. I'm Darren Appleton and joined by Jack Eckingbottom, a local hero. And we're in the losers round 2 match here, which is incredible. Two of the game's greats, Ronan McCarthy, probably the best player ever from Highland, against Chris, is it the powerhouse or the magician these days?
Powerhouse.
Mellin from Keighley, a 2-time world 8-ball champion. Now makes his living playing American pool. He's played everything. And we are here for the first edition of the Tayam International 8-Ball Open. Have I got that right?
Yeah.
Oh, good guess. We've got a race to 8, alternate break, black ball rules. And here we are at Murphy's Sports Bar in Doncaster. One of the nicest pool rooms in West Yorkshire, in Yorkshire, if not the country. Great staff here, great local community, and the owner, Tommy Eckingbottom. So if you're in the area, if you want to watch world-class pool, come down, and it's free admission, I believe, Jack, to come and watch.
Yeah, it's free, yeah.
Everyone very friendly, and cheap pints.
What do you reckon score will be then, Daz?
Well, it's a race to 8. Chris playing against Ronan. I'm guessing they've played each other quite a lot over the years. Black ball, so I think it would be a very close match. I'd probably say 8-6, 8-7 either way. What about yourself?
Yeah, I think 8-6, 8-5 to Mellon.
Oh, you're taking a big stab at the prediction.
Yeah.
The only thing I would say is that obviously I know Chris really well. Is that he probably, like myself, hasn't played at all any English 8-ball since the last event of Lee Kendall's event, the Supreme Series, which was the beginning of December. So you're looking at 5 or 6 weeks without playing any English 8-ball at all.
Yeah.
He's been playing American pool like myself, yeah. So it's a big difference. Getting used to the cue ball again and the equipment. So I'd have to, if I had to say, I'd put Ronan slight favourite, to be honest, just on that alone.
Yeah.
Otherwise, obviously, if Chris is playing all the time, then I'd probably favour Chris.
Yeah.
And he's got tricky out here, Jack. He's
Yeah.
got a red tied up, and it's not. He'll have to use the red in the middle, come off the top cushion and break it open that way. But you need a bit of luck to land on the ball then. You understand?
Yeah.
He's going to need a bit of luck because it looks like he might have to, unless he uses this red on this bottom cushion
To go into it.
And he can't do that now because he's come too straight.
Yeah.
So he's in a lot of trouble now. I wonder though if
Got a set plant that.
Yeah, I was looking at that myself. I just wondered if it was. I don't think it is. I think he has to come into the cushion first to sort of offset it, like reverse it a little bit. If it's the red full into the yellow, it's going to go into the cushion, the red, because it reverses the transfer on the object ball, so it's going to push it into the cushion.
Oh.
And that's the problem there, is that he had no angle really, so he's trying to force something.
Yeah.
Well, actually, there, Jack, he was hoping to pot that ball and then pop the red in the top right and kiss into the yellow.
Yeah.
So that would have been a pretty good shot, actually.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, he missed the ball. So Ronan, he won't take any stupid risks.
No.
Plays very tight, plays very conservative, and he's made a career out of doing it.
Yeah, I just watched him then versus Craig Brown. Yeah, I don't think he's played that too well there.
He's not going to get a cushion here, Jack. No cushion, so that's a foul. Or was it total snooker? It must be a total snooker.
Yeah.
I do apologise. I was thinking American 8-ball there, where you have to hit a cushion whether you're snookered or not.
I think that should be a rule, that, to be fair, that.
Yeah, I believe that he should have to hit the cushion. But Ronan's going to be in no rush here. He's got total control of the frame. And Chris is just trying to hang in there and try and force Ronan into a mistake to give Chris even half a chance at something. But as we've seen before, if anybody can make something happen, it's definitely Chris Mellin.
Yeah.
Not only is he good, but he's also very lucky, which is a good combination. A little bit like yourself, Jack.
Cheers, pal. I think you can clip that red into the middle, can he?
Good evening to all our viewers. We've got 306 live right now. It'd be nice to get it up to 1,000. A few familiar faces in the chat. Mr. Cookie. Oh, that was a great effort there, Jack.
Yeah.
It was a very, very tough shot, and he nearly made it. Great effort.
We've also got.
The only problem, though, when you're playing defensive here, Jack, is that you can get a bit too negative, and then it affects you when you get an opportunity. So this is a little tricky shot here. Gonna make sure he makes this. Played it nicely. Played it very nicely, and I think he can play this yellow into the middle now. That makes life a lot easier. Well, he's played for the one down the cushion, so this is basically game ball now. Just make sure you make this shot. Just play it with a touch of the left side. Just like that. Didn't worry about the cue ball too much. Like a lot of people there would have tried to hold it for the yellow at the top first, but with the way the balls are placed, he's got so many options. So he just made sure he made the ball, which is very important. Where a lot of people there would have tried and force themselves to stay on the yellow at top there, Jack, and sometimes you can miss the ball because of that. You try to do something you don't need to do with a cue ball, but you're still taking that ball, so it looks okay. But you might have overhit this, Jack, because this table's very quick. I've played on this table, and it's very, very quick. But me personally, I didn't like the shot he played there because he could have even left that yellow till last. You know what I mean? Because the black's in a great position.
Could he not just check that out now off the top cushion? I can't remember what angle he had.
No, not really. He had a bit too much angle. But he's played a great recovery shot.
Yeah.
A little bit fortunate to have that shot, though. He could have easily been stuck on that yellow and then he wouldn't have had the shot, but he played that very well. Who beat Ronan? I believe a guy called Craig Brown.
Yeah, or 4-1 to beat Ronan
11 to 9. Ooh. Yeah, that's a good shot there. So the first mistake in this match will be an unforced error from Chris Mellin. So Ronan takes the first game and it's 1-0. And this is what I'm saying, Jack, is that Chris hasn't been playing since Stoke, let's say. And Chris is like a buzz player. So if he's a little bit off his game, every mistake Ronan's going to punish it. So I think Ronan being the more steadier. Ronan being the more steadier, I think he's going to punish all his mistakes. You know what I mean? But I understand, Jack. You're young. You're a big Chris Mellin fan. He's your idol. All that stuff. Your favourite player of all time, and so you're a little bit biased.
Yeah, he's my idol. Yeah.
Yeah, Jack's just one of them kids what just like to see people potting balls. Jack, you don't have patience. It's still a bit wet behind the ears, ain't you, Babby?
Yeah.
How have you done in the tournament? Have you played this weekend?
Yeah.
What have you done?
Lost 11-8 to Sean Story.
That's not bad. And then what about on the loser's side?
Got Gareth Hibbert at 6 o'clock.
A big match. Ooh, very fortunate there. Very fortunate. Well, the good news and bad news. What a crazy game. The cue ball was going straight into the top left. Somehow got jawed out by a red ball or a yellow. Everything was looking nice and pretty, and the last ball rolling has come and blocked the cue ball.
One of your breaks then, Does.
Yeah. Huh? Good. Old Roland Rat. We called him the Babe actually back in the day. His nickname was the Babe. Ronan. No, just call him the Babe. Oh, I'm the Babe. This is playing a safety shot. So this is going to be an open table, I believe. Yes. Always looks like it's played that really well. I think he's cut all the reds out here on that shot, which is pretty incredible.
I think he can play that yellow into the middle first shot.
Yeah, I know, but it's not. I think it's. Is it an hanger? No, it's not easy. Is it?
I don't know.
He played that well. It was a lot easier than what I thought. So that was a mistake there from Rowan. But unfortunately, I don't think he had a lot of options, to be honest. So big frame now for Chris. Can't make easy mistakes. And this is a frame he should definitely win. I think it's slightly got the wrong side here, though. That cue ball just to come a little bit further. So he's like going to kiss into some balls again. They're playing black ball rules here. Mr. McKenna's in the chat. Playing black ball rules, your favourite, Rob. You like the old black ball, you pal. That was a good shot there from Chris. Didn't try to be too adventurous when he kissed into them yellows. Played a controlled cannon, knowing that he had one over the middle. And that's probably perfect. Can't see no problems here. Probably go. Just go one cushion or two cushions here.
Two.
Played that nicely. And we have a tied up game. Chris Melling 1, Ronan McCarthy 1. It's a race to 8, black ball rules. And I'd like to say a big thanks to our streamers here. Elite TV 8 Ball doing a great job, great production, great picture. Bringing us a live pull for free. Can't get much better than that. And we've got 450 viewers and counting. And I'm Darren Appleton, and I'm joined by the local legend here, young Jackie Eckingbottom. Yeah, Chris just asking for the heating to be turned down. It is pretty hot, to be fair. He made a ball on the break. I think he sort of bad racked himself there because they come out terrible. Didn't really move much at all. So I was careless there when he set the balls up for himself. There must have been some gaps in the rack. And this is a pretty scruffy table. I don't think there's a finish on here. No, but he just didn't set the balls up well. I think he left a few gaps when he set them up, so the balls come out terrible on that rack. They didn't really split at all. Didn't really move, sorry. Oh yeah, but if you don't rack the balls good, I don't think he polished them. But Chris obviously doesn't like to play conservative. He's going to look for a finish, even if there's a finish not there. So great double there. If that yellow goes in the middle, which I think it does, after he makes this one down the cushion closest to the bottom left pocket, if he pots this and just runs it through just a little bit. Ooh, that was cued that one pretty badly. I was right behind that shot there.
Sure. But he's left much, has he?
He come right across the cue ball there, which is very unlike Chris Melling. So a sign of early nerves, Jack.
I don't know, really. I don't think he's left him too much, though.
We all get nervous, pal. Even you, Jack. Surely you get nervous.
Only when I play my heroes.
Well, that's everyone then.
Yeah.
That was a nice shot there from Ronan. So Ronan uses experience and his tactical advantage, I would say. In the tactical department, I'd definitely say Ronan's got the advantage, especially at English pool. And especially at black ball rules, because he plays these rules day in, day out. But you don't see too many tactical frames these days, so it's nice to see one. See what Chris has got up his sleeve. I think Chris will be looking for attacking safety. Chris will be more of attacking safety, where Ronan are just nice and steady and patient. Yeah, I like that shot. It was a bit unfortunate, really. Well, it's okay. It worked out okay, I think. But if he just nudged that red out as well, he could have opened the table up, actually. Because Chris he'll go at anything. Especially when you put the camera on his face, he'll have a go at everything. He likes the he likes the limelight. Yeah, we've got Jeff Allen laughing in my ear here, and he's another one. What likes the limelight? Only performs on TV. Jack Heckingbottom, he's like, he loves it. There's Jack, doesn't he? Jack Heckingbottom, probably the happiest kid in Doncaster this weekend. All his idols in his dad's club. Makes a nice cup of tea as well, Jackie as well. Ooh, I don't think he played that. He didn't play for that, so. Now the game becomes 50-50 because they've both got the same amount of balls on the table, but Chris's yellows are all of a sudden looking better situated. I have to speak a little bit quiet because we're really close to the table and there's no oh wow. Sort of chasing a bit now. It's going to be all about that red next to the yellow. Can he get on the red next to the yellow? And if he does, I know the red goes in the middle, but he needs to get perfect on his next ball. He needs to pop this red down into the top right and come across for the red on the left hand side, and then he can pop that, leave the red what's closest to the pocket, pop that, come round 3 cushions for the red in the middle, but he needs to play this perfect. Now this is the big shot here. Let's see what happens with this finish. And Barrett Calder, I'll answer your question. A lot of great players, but who do you fancy for this weekend? I did fancy Jeff Allen, but it looks like he's crashed out. Well, it was Jeff's turn. Let the team do. Ooh, I think you played the wrong shot there, I'm afraid. Definitely played the wrong shot there, Jack. And now he has to play the double.
Go down for that red into the middle.
Come down for the red. But can he do that though? I don't sure if he's got enough angle. Not sure he's got enough angle to do that. Because it looks like he's going to hit it sort of full in the face to make the double. Where to come down for that red, Jack, he'd have to sort of hit it a bit thinner. Maybe he can, I'm not sure. But yeah, I thought he was going to play for the other one.
Bit of angle. It's getting harder.
That's a great effort. I think it goes, you know. It does go. He's definitely not played for that. He's played for the red in the middle to miss the yellow and play for the red in the middle. But he's got a shot here. He's got a shot. He's made it. Great shot there. Oh, Chris shaking his head. He's fuming. sort of understand why, because he was quite fortunate, but it was a good finish in the end. You need a bit of luck at any game, and he had it there, and he took advantage of it. That's all you can do. Because it swings in roundabouts. Sometimes you get them rolls, and sometimes you don't. So when it does come your way, you've got to make sure you capitalise. Yeah, who do I fancy this weekend? It's a tough one, really. Obviously, on paper, and everyone's playing the best, and I'd fancy McKill, but I think there's maybe 5, 6, 7 players, probably favourites, let's say. Tom Cousins, people like that. McKill, Mike Farnsworth, all those guys, so yeah. Yeah, Liam Dunster, I even spoke about him, yeah. Liam, McKill and Tom Cousins, Mark Farnsworth, probably the first three would be the standout three for me. But there's a lot of players here that can win the tournament. Even the two guys at the table right now, so don't write off the guys on the losers' side. It's double elimination to the final 8. Once we get to the final 8, then anything can happen. Yeah. So you see there, Ronan's got a weaker break than Chris regards power, but he's hit them well enough to make a ball, and they've come out pretty well. So the key is, obviously he would have liked yellows, but it's a really tough start, so he's going to take reds, which is the right thing to do, and he'll try and get on that red, which is the problem ball, as quick as possible, which is key to any 8-ball game, is to get on your bad balls as quick as possible. The longer you leave them, the more difficult it becomes, obviously. And he did play that well. He didn't really leave enough angle, Jack, on that shot, really. Maybe he can play it off the yellow, cushion off the yellow, or just leave it over the pocket.
It might go.
Is it? Oh, wow, it went. Oh, he's been fortunate there, because there's no way there's no way in this world he'd play for that shot. So again, Chris is fuming. I can see him there. He's like, look like he's ready to kill somebody. But again, you've got to take advantage, aren't you? Because at this level, you get them little rubs, you've got to make sure you capitalise, because it can soon go against you. So we're looking at a 3-1 lead here to the Babe. And fair play to Ronan and the Irish guys, keep travelling over for these tournaments. I know it's a short flight, but it's still good for these guys to come over and support the events, Jack.
Yeah, it's brilliant, yeah.
And the Irish like to gamble as well. We're missing the real number 1 this week, and what's happened to him? Where's the real number 1?
What, George?
There's only one. There's only one, pal. There can only be one.
God knows.
Very surprised that the real number 1's not here. So Chris here, big break here. This is a big rack. Anybody what plays the game obviously understands that. You got a 4-1 or 3-2 is huge, especially in a short race to 8. Great break, and he's made 2 balls, maybe 3 balls down. But unfortunately, he made 3 yellows. The people that don't play the game, they think, well, what's the problem there? But the problem is that I'm not too sure he can make a red. And the yellows are terrible, because he can't even see a yellow. So I'm not even sure he can pot a red here, Jack.
I think he can pot that one.
Can he cut the red in? Ooh. It goes in the middle, Jack. The red goes in the middle. So sort of milked it a little bit there. He does have... Well, it's not even a bad red, yeah. I don't understand why he was complaining so much there. I mean, these are lame. You don't need to flick it.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that was okay. I mean, it was a shot to nothing, but he could have easily hit that too full and then nudged it down towards the red and then made it a bit more congested there, but as it is, he should be okay. Well, I'm one of those guys. I don't really like kissing balls unless I have to. But Chris usually kisses into balls every frame. Really, he isn't scared to use the. He isn't scared to crash into balls. He's pretty good now. He's looking at big frame. This was, so it's going to be 3-2.
Well, the first one I break dish or not, I can't remember.
Yeah, break dish. It was a good break. Definitely the best break of the match so far. I'm just going to make sure you put this away. And I'll just, Jack, you know, there, because he played a terrible shot to get on the black. I'm thinking, well, this should have been straight in, right? And the way he got down, I thought he might miss this, and he's going to miss it. And that, to me, he just missed a straight in black there, and he didn't look comfortable though, Jack, when he got down to the shot, and that's why I thought, oh, he might miss this. Did you feel it as well?
No, I thought he'd already got it.
No, to me, when he got down, he just didn't look comfortable on it.
I thought it was not easy that or not, because Ronan put his cue down. And
It made, obviously it's easy, but it should have been easier. It should have been unmissable. Yeah. I mean, he should still make it, but he just left a little angle there, and he was very quick off the cue, and he jumped up as well. And obviously a bit of pressure because this is a massive game. Like we said before, when you're playing first to 8 and the score's huge here, 4-1 or 3-2, and just put a quick one in there. But still a bit of work to be done though. But obviously Ronan is just so happy to be at the table. And sometimes you're that happy to get to the table, unsurprisingly, you end up playing a couple of shots where you're not thinking, and then you sort of like start thinking too much because you're not where you should be. So he's made this finish a little bit harder than what he should have done. As you can see now, he's like having to overthink a little bit and figure it out. Because you don't want to leave that red on the yellow on the side cushion till last. That's no good. And he hasn't got the right angle on the yellow in the middle to get on that yellow, so he's sort of put himself in a bit of a tricky situation here. As you see.
What do you reckon he's doing, potting this or doubling it?
Well, you can't be doubling it, that's for sure. Because if you don't double it, you lose the frame.
This one.
I'd rather pot the yellow and kiss the other yellow out, because it's sort of a free shot, because the black's still safe, in a safe-ish position. So he's got a lot of options. Because he can't get on it down the cushion from where the yellow is. And I'm not too sure the angle's there to even kick it out. In some ways, he might be best playing safe here. Jack. But I don't like where he's left the cue ball after that previous shot. He might just slow roll it, but you know what, Chris is like at kicking the balls in. Yeah. And Chris is laughing, and he's praying to get a shot in it.
Yeah, definitely,
yeah, Ronan's looking to roll behind the ball, but me personally, I would play into the yellow very, very thin and hit the yellow fin on the right hand side, come off the side cushion, off the side cushion where he's standing, and then back over towards the top left hand pocket. Just make sure you don't go in off with a cue ball. And at the same time, you can put this yellow right on top of the black, or even in front of it. I think that's the shot.
Enough.
Oh.
Where's the cue ball?
That's terrible. Is it that way too fat? There's no way he tried to double that yellow. He's tried to hit the ball. He tried to play the shot what I said, but he just said hit the yellow way too fat, and Chris has got away with murder here. What a let-off that is. What a let-off that was, Jack. Davis. Dazzler, me and Craig Marsh are watching back in the room. Can we get a shout out, please? We are big fans of yours. I'll get a shout out when I see you, pal. It's your round. I'll have a nice cup of tea with 1.5 sugars. Strong, please. Just a little bit of milk, not too much. And Craig and Ben, two of the best players from Wales. I was going to say the best, but then I thought, oh, there's Tom Cousins. I'm only joking, lads. Yeah, a lot of good players from Wales. Good lads. Good break again from Ronan. See, he hasn't got the power what Chris has got on the break, but it's very effective. And these are laying nicely. And this becomes a big frame here because it'd be pretty sick to lose that last frame. There's nothing worse when your opponent makes a bad mistake like Chris did, Jack, and you don't punish it.
Yeah.
Have you ever done that yourself?
Obviously, yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
Well, but that surprises me, that. Because they're telling me, the Murphy's locals, they all tell me that Jack's the Punisher. That's your nickname, the Punisher.
About right, yeah. It's about
and your dad says you like punishing his wallet.
as much as I can, that is tight as out. So once I have a chance, I might as well go all in.
There's quite a few guys from Wales. I didn't realise that Jordan Shepherd was Welsh. It was hard to figure out where he's from. Right. Is he actually from Wales, Jack Shepherd?
Yeah.
Sure. I thought he was from like Channel Islands or something. Jordan Shepherd says the only thing he punishes is his brain cells. That's not nice, Jack, is it? Yeah? Nice little pretty face like you. Ronan just the good thing with Ronan is that you know what you're getting. It doesn't matter if he misses an easy ball or messes a frame like he did the last one. It will not affect him. He just goes about his business, gets on with the next game, and it's a great quality to have, especially in sport, especially Q sport, because there's quite a lot of luck in the game and things can swing very quickly. But if you lose your head, then you let it affect you, like having a bad temperament, then the match can get away from you very, very quickly. But Ronan's blessed with a great temperament, and I think that's why he's been so successful the last 20, 25 years. And less of the swearing in the chat rooms, ladies and gentlemen, otherwise we'll have to ban you. We've got a professional sport here and a professional tour, so keep your language down. Ooh, he did hit them good, Jack. That was a lot weaker break than his previous two, and he's come dry. But again, he didn't rack them balls very good. If you see, the balls just didn't spread. You know what I mean? He hit them great anyway, but the definitely
didn't get moving, did he?
He definitely left some gaps in there. A lot of swearing in this chat room. Unbelievable. Am I from Stoke City, Darren? Yeah, I'm from Stoke. A dry break. First glance is reds, obviously, because two yellows tied up by this red on the bottom right-hand corner. He has got a red tied up against a yellow, so he'll be thinking about that. He might have to cut this red in the middle here. Oh, he's taking the one over the pocket. Yeah, I didn't like that shot at all. I think that was a wrong shot. I think he should have cut the red in the middle. He would have then glanced the two reds what are close to each other in the middle of the table, and then I think the cue ball would have hit this yellow and red what's tied up, and that would have opened the game up. First shot. Now he's in. He's got a lot of work to do. He's just going to play safe. So containing shot there from Ronan. So no panic as usual. and make Chris work for it. And he's got to come with a really good safety here. Yeah, Jack's one of them kids. He when he's not behind the microphone, he never stops talking. But it'd be nice to hear him talk.
Can't get a word in with you talking.
I'm waiting for you. That's why. I'm gonna be the worst co-commentator ever.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, that's why I don't want it. But I got dragged in.
Come on, pal. Call the shots.
Right. Push shot. This yellow. What's he doing here? Playing plant or something?
What do you see?
Unless it goes in, I think it might go into middle bag. This.
He was going for the middle.
Hit it.
What a great shot, though. You believe it or not, though, folks, he actually played that cue ball. And you've got to say that's a hell of a shot that is. What a shot that is. What a great shot that was. What do you think here, Jack?
Just bump the red out, maybe play the safe or the double.
Where's he going to play safe?
Leave the white ball behind the double.
Yeah, he had to go for the double. Might get
Oh,
lucky
really?
here. No. So that great shot there from Chris has paid off big time in what was a very important frame. How would you go about these then, Jack? A young
This
positional player like you.
I'll take these three out now. This middle one, and then into the corner, into our corner now. And is it the yellow going to middle, or screw it back for the corner bag and then take them three out the top, black into corner.
Yeah, probably the middle. Safer. I think I'll be a little bit careful there though, Jack.
Yeah, I'm play the plant now, is it? Freeway plant?
Does he? Super quick this table. Brand new cloth, beautiful tables. And played that to perfect. So now the score is 4-3 to Ronan McCarthy. As predicted, it was going to be a close match. I said 8-6 or 8-7, but I predicted Ronan. And Jack went for 8-5 for Chris Mellon. And Kian says not sure about the commentary team. What's he mean by that, Jack?
I don't know. He's here, look over there.
And someone says, Daz, stop picking on me. He sounds super nervous. You nervous, pal?
I'm well nervous now. Can't commentate.
You're doing well.
Yeah, brilliant.
I've listened to you before when Jeff played money matches. You stepped in to the plate.
Yeah, no one else to do it, that's why. Better than listening to no one, innit? I think, anyway.
You're doing a good job. You shouldn't be pulling yourself down like that. Big break here, Jack.
Is it the last field goal I made?
Ooh, hit them terrible. Come right across it. Up very early. Come off the cue very early. Maybe got a trace of right hand side on the cue ball. And that pushed the cue ball to the left. And as a pool player, that's the worst thing you can do. And the worst feeling, actually. So Chris is back in the match now.
Good chance to make it far out. Well, I should be making this far all now, shouldn't it?
What's he doing here, Jack? Oh, he's tying off a yellow. This is his free shot. So I'm guessing this yellow next to the red next to the yellow to the left-hand side pocket goes past the yellow, which it does. Looking at it on the monitor. Looking at the reds here, looks very, very routine. Chris will be flying to America on Wednesday. He'll be playing in the World Pool Series, the 10-ball tournament in New York. And then from there, he will be going to the Derby City Classic, which is like a 10-day festival of pool. A lot of different disciplines.
Is that the one he won last?
He won the
last year?
Derby City 9-ball, yeah, so he's going there. But they have like 4 or 5 different tournaments, disciplines, but the 9-ball is probably the biggest one out of the lot. That was a great title for him, that was. And then he'll be back to England, play the Euro Tour in February.
Where's the Euro Tour?
The first one's in Holland.
You're going to that one?
No, I'm not going. I'm playing the Bradford. So 4-4 game on now. Ronan, I think out of the 2 players, Ronan's going to be the most disappointed here. Do you agree?
Yeah, 4-all, yeah.
I think he definitely feel like he should have a lead here. 5-3 probably. Probably 5-3 would have been about on the
5-3 to Ronan, yeah.
on the way the game's gone. You'll think probably
Yeah.
5-3 would have been about right. But so Chris was absolutely delighted that this scores 4-4.
Yeah, with his break as
And you
well.
can see that now, the way he's setting the balls up, he's taking a bit more care, and he's got that spring in his step now.
See how it hits this break.
And you don't want Chris with a spring in his step. Oh, I expect a really big break here. Ooh, too hard.
Yeah.
Too much adrenaline. And again, it's a freebie, isn't it? It's really got to be classed as a unforced error, and it's a freebie. And look at those yellows. Wow. Nathan, yeah, I'm playing. Yeah, it's my tournament, so I'll be there. Someone asked about my game. I haven't played any English pool since Stoke, so a little bit rusty. But my American pool, I've been playing American pool the last 2-3 weeks, so the game's not too bad. So I've been out of the game for quite some time. Slowly getting back there. Still a bit of work. Still a lot of work to be done, actually. I'm trying to figure out what he's doing here. Oh yeah, this is telling me that he wants to take reds.
Another question here,
So he's going to put the yellow on the side cushion, right?
Danny Pollock says, will you be playing any more Chinese 8-ball in the near future?
Yeah, I'm going to play the Chinese 8-ball World Championships in Yushan in March. So yeah, that's the only time that I play all year. In my opinion, it's the one. It's the main one. It's the best one, and the one I enjoy the most, to be honest. So, besides that, there isn't much going on with the game unless you're living in China, or you're playing it full time and you get sponsorship out there. Then it's that Chinese 8-ball's tough to take it up full time. Yeah, I've been practicing American pool, Billy. English 8-ball, I practiced 3 hours with Andy a couple of days ago. Hopefully I can grind through a few matches and play my way into this tournament. Yeah, the Star event, it's a Chinese World 8-ball Championship sponsored by Star. That's March the 16th to the 27th. Yeah, I'm going to play, Jason. All been well. I'll be there. Ooh, I thought for a minute, Jack, that red was going to go. Got Jason Shaw in the chat room. That's one of the top American-style pool players. Oh, wow, look at that. That's terrible, that is. I mean, you can't even say that's unlucky, can you?
No.
He should be absolutely nowhere near that red. So that's a bad shot there. I tell you what, he's made 2 or 3 terrible mistakes in this match. Very uncharacteristic. And he's looking to massay this. That's unbelievable, that is. Massive
let off for Chris Hen again.
That's unbelievable. I mean, he's made 2 unbelievable mistakes. Chris asked if it was a foul. He did hit the red. He hit the wrong red. He hit the wrong red. He was trying to swerve around that red to pop the red over the pocket. And Chris obviously didn't see that, and he's saying, was it a foul? But obviously he hit that red on the way through. And it's pretty amazing, the two mistakes what Rona's made in this match. You would never expect that. Probably stage one for me, Jason. I've been thrown to the lambs the last 18 months. Oh, he might have got away with this, Jack. So this is telling me that Chris can't see the yellow, what's over the middle pocket. So he's looking at he's looking at a free ball plant here. But to do that, he's going to have to hit the first yellow closer to the black, very, very thin. I think it's definitely on though. Because I think any contact, the yellow onto the yellow in the middle of the table, as long as he hits it just thin enough, it should plant the free ball plant here. I think it's on. But he's got to cut the first yellow in between the two yellows. What's closest to that yellow, what he's going to hit like that there. So that's where he's going to aim. So he's basically aiming to pop this yellow in the top pocket. Obviously, it's not going to go in that pocket, but that's what he's got to have in his mind. And then the cue ball is not sure where it's going to go, so he needs a little bit of luck to get a shot after this shot. No, he's not hit it. He's hit it too thin. Hit it too thin, Jack. But I tell you what, oh no, it's not good. Hit it too thin. It was still very close though,
Yeah.
so it was a decent effort. And to be fair, Rona's got away with this one. I know Chris got away with one earlier in the match when he missed that easy black ball, and Rona let him off the hook. And this time, you got to say Rona's been a bit fortunate after he lost position, didn't make contact with the red. He wanted to over the pocket and left Chris a very tough shot there. Yeah, Jack's having a dispute about something. He's stolen someone's jacket or something, and he needs to give it back. Are you going to explain yourself?
No, Seb says he thinks I've got his polo top, so he can't play his game, but I ain't touched it.
You sure?
Yeah. Stinks.
How's your game, Jack? You've been playing well. You've been practicing a lot over Christmas, New Year. You ready for this year? What is your plans?
Yeah, I didn't play much New Year, but I've been playing last week, quite a lot, and then obviously these last few days I haven't played because I've been setting this up. But yeah, I'm playing alright. Yeah, I'm gonna go through a few 9-ball events this year. Try that. Going to that Belgium event.
Oh yeah.
February, I think it starts.
With Elliot.
Yeah. So give that a go. Do a few things like see how it goes.
Wow, Rona's sort of struggling here. Tough shot here. Down very quickly. Went down quickly, Jack.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Never fancied him for it, Jack.
Yeah, like you say, he got down quick, didn't he?
Because he's put himself under so much pressure these last 2 or 3 frames, and the mistakes just keep coming. I mean, he's to be fair, let's be honest here, he should have this match virtually won by now.
Yeah, should have this competition.
And as good as what his temperament is, he is human like the rest of us, and it's definitely affected him. These mistakes have definitely affected his game. Because he looked so good at the start.
Yeah, he did. It was just, like you say, he got down quick on that last red, didn't he? Straight down.
And what's your plans with the English 8-ball? What tournaments you got coming up? You join any tours or anything like that?
No, just
wow, what a terrible miss that is.
No, I was just playing on this tour, and then just go a few weekend events. That's it, really. Few for international.
You don't play on the IPA tour?
No.
What about Will Rules tour?
No, I don't play on that either. No.
What about Lee Kendall's tour?
No.
What about Murphy's Tour?
Yeah.
What about IPA World Championships? You play that?
I'm not too sure. Thinking about it, but I'm not too sure at the minute.
Well, yeah, you just practice and don't play tournaments.
Play tournaments, but not a lot.
I'll be very happy. Chris will be very happy with that. Because if he
Cushion
if he
first,
didn't
innit?
cover that black there, he can pop this red off the cushion.
Yeah.
It was a nice try, but you've got to say that it's very uncharacteristic, the mistakes that Ronan's made here, and but I don't think Chris can believe it himself. So, it just shows to show that even the very best can really struggle, and Chris has played a terrible shot here. I mean, what's he doing? Well, the mistakes they're making is incredible. Well, maybe pressure, nerves. Happens sometimes. Tough game when you're not right, and can't get going and not feeling good, and you're snatchy and jumpy. Well, Chris is having to pull out trick shots here just to get back in position. So that was a great shot. Well, that's Chris, in it. He can make an easy finish look like a trick shot finish, and make a trick shot finish look very easy. That's just his style of play. So Chris is about to take a 5-4 lead, incredibly, but Ronan's somehow got to shake this off, and because Chris is not playing great, so you've got to believe that the chances will still come. What would you be saying to yourself here, Jack, if you was in Ronan's shoes after all the mistakes? Even Chris, really. I mean, they both made a lot of mistakes.
At a time, it's been dragging back towards.
I don't know really. Obviously, the amount of chances they've both had, and Ronan's probably, like you say, he should have been in front, shouldn't he, in this match? So I don't know, really. To be fair, just.
Well, that was a much better break than his last one.
Yeah, is it that nice? Yeah.
Hit that nice and flush. Didn't lose a cue ball and going off into the side. And they've split really nicely. I think both sets are good, really. It's whether he's prepared to take a little bit more of a trickier yellow first shot, which obviously he should do. But reds aren't terrible either, so it's probably how he feels, really. I think there's a case really for both sets here. Well,
I'd be going yellows, me.
Do you see yellows, Jack?
Yeah, we're taking that one that he's looking at now. And then the one in the baulk line, that area, and then the yellow into the middle.
Yeah.
And then take the bottom three.
Be a little bit careful though, leaving that bottom three around the black. They're not automatic positional shots though. I'll tell you what, I don't mind here. I know he's not going to do that, but I don't mind playing this one near the cushion, down this bottom left.
Yeah.
Run through, 2 or 3 inches for the one what's next to the black, because I think that's the key ball in this game. I'd pot that, and then come up table for the one in the middle pocket and in the middle of the table. And then if you can get on the one down the cushion what's next to the red, and then the yellow in the top right, the yellow in the middle for the black. But there's a few options here. It's just there's a lot of options here. He's probably got 2 or 3 options on yellows. But I don't mind reds here. I don't mind reds either. But a little bit more tougher, but easy positional shots. You understand?
Yeah.
A little bit tougher pots, but easy positional shots, because the reds are all nicely close to each other. And that was a nice shot there. A lot clever, nice, clever little shot there. Opens the game up. So in the end, I think he's played the right set of balls. He needs to make sure that this yellow doesn't. He needs to put a bit of meat on this. Make sure that yellow gets out of the way like that. Everything just going a little bit awkward, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like there, he wanted the cue ball to more or less stop dead there. He's just lost it that little bit, and now it puts a bit of pressure on this shot. Because I think he's going to take the one down the cushion now, and the way he's feeling and playing, this is not guaranteed. This can go wrong. And if he deaccelerates here, Jack also, he'll snooker himself behind the yellow on the red he's trying to get on.
Yeah, he's got this gun on here really good.
There you go. Because he deaccelerated, because his confidence is completely gone, he's quit on the shot. So he's just, that's why he's not gotten the red to the top left. To the top right, sorry. As you look on your monitor, and now he's got to cut this in the bottom left. Very tough shot. Yeah, early in the match he made one of them, but he never looked like making it for me. Never fancied him for just because of the way this game's gone and the way the mistakes he's made. This is a 7x4 table, English 8-ball. I'll tell you what, I think Chris might have left this. Jack. What?
You won't believe it
He's
if he
put
has.
his cue down in disgust, so that tells me that Chris Mann has left this shot, which would be incredible. Surely he's not left that shot. Now this is a 7-foot table. That's unbelievable. What a mistake that is. My favourite title I've ever won across the disciplines, probably the Chinese 8-ball. Chinese 8-ball World Championship for sure. But they're all great in their own way, but to win that was very unexpected, and yeah, probably my greatest achievement. Over 600,000 views. What's Cookie on about?
600 viewers.
All right. Oh, I can't believe what Chris has done there, Jack. What some mistakes in this match. Incredible. Wow.
That's how it's been going, though, isn't it?
And for
Letting
me,
people off.
for me there, Jack, if Chris wins that frame, this match was over. More or less, because Ronan completely gone, you know what I mean? Where now, yeah, that's good. Now it's like it might reverse. Chris might be the one under the pressure now, and Ronan might play better from this. It's amazing how that one mistake from your opponent can change your own mindset. Look at this.
Look at this, though. Oh, dear.
Wow. This is unbelievable.
It's like pass the parcel, isn't it?
This is pool. It happens to us all. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
We've all played bad. There's no doubt about it. Every sport. Every professional sportsman. All have their bad days, trust me. I've seen Ronnie play unbelievably bad. I've seen Phil Taylor play unbelievably bad. I've seen them all play terrible bad. Roger Federer, Novak, Rafa. It happens. This is sport. This is why we keep watching, because you just never quite know. But that's why we all keep coming back. It's like a drug, Jack, isn't it? You just never know. You might find your game from nothing. Sometimes your confidence can be so low, and then something happens, and all of a sudden you're flying. And I mean that's when you know you're struggling, when you're missing big targets like that. I mean, to miss that yellow there is unbelievable. But I like these type of matches, Jack. You know, when you got two top players like struggling so bad.
You know what's happened here?
It's just awesome to watch. I think, these are going through the mill. They're sweating it. They're all over the place. They're jumping up. It's great. Great TV. Usually, you're just seeing all the top players break and run. He don't make a ball on the break. He runs out. You know what I mean? It's a little bit boring. I prefer matches like this where you're tested to the max.
He's left him like.
I mean, Chris has played another terrible shot there. Puts his cue down
now,
and sort of put his cue down in disgust there. You might make this, Jack. Wow, Jackie. Ooh. Who's favourite now?
You just got to flick this rail, aren't you? Don't leave the one rail.